So scaling an SMMA is actually on easy mode. So it doesn't take you guys fucking months and months of work to get 10K per month. It's actually fairly simple. You don't have to sit in your room all day, and just grind away and get paid. You don't have to do that anymore. And you guys don't even need a deep understanding of marketing to really scale. So the reason is simple, right? There's more tools, automations, and tactics out there for you guys to actually scale and land more clients than ever before. So I scaled my agency from 0 to 35K a month, and that's just not me. There's many, many other people that out there that are doing that in a very, very fast time frame. For instance, my client Evan, right, my mentee, he went from 0 to 20K a month in just his first 20 days in working with us. Max Hastings, 15K in 30 days. And Jacob actually hit 17K a month in his first 45 days with working with us. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly why SMMA is very, very easy to scale, and it's the easiest it's ever been in 2025, and how you guys can scale to 30K a month very, very fast, but it feels like, you're just fucking cheater, right? Because you're making multiple 6 figures a year. You don't even have a college degree, which is pretty cool. So the first thing you guys want to make sure you're doing right is you want to make sure your trust is there. So you can't be doing any like generic offers and ads, shit like that. It doesn't really work anymore, right? You need to have an offer that stands out, right? Making a strong guarantee that where it puts all the risk on you and takes all the risk off the actual client. And there's many, many small business owners out there, whether it be chiropractors or roofers or kitchen bathroom modelers, that have been burned over and over again because they have shitty marketing agencies out there. All you have to do is become the best one and grow, because if you're the best in the market, right, they're obviously going to pick you. So you just have to differentiate yourself from everyone else. If you guys have proven ads and scripts that are different from everybody else's and are getting good results, that's going to build trust, right? Because you have results to show. And if you have, let's say you show that in a video sales letter, a VSL, right? You show that to them before preparing for the call, you're actually going to close more people, and that trust is actually going to be there. That's why it's very, very important to get testimonials and have a very, very good service. Because if you have a very good service, right, you're going to sign more clients, you're going to get more client testimonials, and you're going to make more money because clients are going to stay on with you longer. So now your guys' proof should be in every single stage of like your full sales process, right? The sales process starts right when you call the process, right on that first initial, booking call, right? Where you book this prospect in for that, Google Meet call, and then you take the sales call. But right when you first talk to them, that's when the sales process starts, right? So you need to be professional, right? Whenever you're talking to that prospect, let's say it's your appointment setter, you need to have a lot of trust, right? A lot of confidence, a lot of conviction, right? Because that's going to play over into the sales call. If this first call doesn't go right, well, guess how your sales call is going to go? It's probably going to go pretty shit, and you're probably not going to close the guys. So that's why being clear and upfront from the start is going to help so much in actually closing these guys down, and then them actually being good, reliable, and long-lasting clients. So now I'm actually going to go over the 7, 11, and 4 rule. So based on an actual Google study, prospects need 7 hours of content, 11 touch points, and 4 channels to make a buying decision without influence. So you guys, the agency owners, can actually make this work, right? If you have a structured approach with nurturing your leads. So you guys need to create valuable content, right? What do I mean by this? Sending them a VSL, a video sales letter to them, 7 to 10 minutes long, showcasing a little bit of like what you guys are actually going to be doing, right, for them, a little bit about the service, obviously not too much. Client testimonials, client results, right? So when they get on the sales call, they're warm. They already trust you. They know you're a real company, right? Putting on your video sales letter that you've been on Fox News or you've been on different, news websites and whatnot, which you can do very, very easy with a brand push. If you didn't know, you can actually get news articles for your business if you just reach out to them. You pay a little money, a couple $100, and you get on Fox. You get on a whole bunch of different websites that are news websites that actually create articles for you. And you guys can also create like video content and put posts in like Facebook groups, LinkedIn, YouTube videos, stuff like that. That is actually really going to help, because if you do that, there's social proof there. They know that you're a real person, a real company, and therefore they're willing to buy from you because they trust you. All right, so now I'm going to take you guys through some of the sales process that you actually want to use. So when you guys are pitching, your service, right, you want to do it on their needs and past experiences, right? So you want to basically throw all their bad past experiences out the window and tell why you are better and say why you're better, how you're going to fix that. And then as far as like getting what they want, right? There's hell, bridges, fuel, I'm pretty sure. But, right, like they're in a shit situation right now, right? And to get to where they want to go, right, they have to go over a bridge, right? But you have to figure out where they're at right now. You need to give them fuel. So like, hey, like we're going to do this for you, this for you, this for you. And you can use this by asking questions, right? And then you have the bridge, right? How like they are going to get to that desired location, right? Let's say, hitting 10K a month or 20K a month, or let's say it's a roofer, right? Hitting 100K a month revenue, right? And then their actually desired outcome of that, like heaven, right, is where they want to be at. So you got hell, bridges, right, fuel, you got like the fuel for that. And then you got, obviously you got heaven. So you guys want to make sure you hit all those points by asking them questions and whatnot, where they're at, telling them how they're going to get to this location, and then what heaven actually looks like, right? But you really want to focus on that bridges part, because that's where you come in. They can't get to desired outcome without going through you first. Like, you have to really make it clear to them that they have to speak to you, that you have everything they need to get to that desired outcome. And you guys really want to use testimonials, case studies to actually build trust, right? You don't have testimonials, case studies, whatever it be, then there's no way for them to know if your service actually works, right? For the first few clients, it might be more of a difficult sell. Obviously, I understand that. Maybe sign them on like a smaller package or a 1-month package just to gain their trust. So you deliver that good service for the month, get a testimonial from them, and then go on to a longer term after that. That is a good strategy that I actually used at the start, with signing like 1-month package deals, because it's low risk. It's just a month, it's 30 days, and you can sell it for $1,000 to $1,500, right? Make a couple grand, and then obviously you have testimonials, you have the proof of work, and then you're obviously making this client happy, so they're willing to sign on to a longer term deal with you. And you guys also want to show real-time results. So on the sales call, show your screen, right? Like, record your screen and say like, hey, you know, this is so-and-so, they're getting this result. Show the ads manager, the Facebook ads manager, show Bill high level, right? Go over that. That works very, very well. You guys also do want to be networking too. It doesn't mean you have to network with a whole bunch of roofers, right? This could just mean other agency owners. Because if you talk to other agency owners, let's say you have a guy in the gym niche and you're in the roofing niche, right? And you talk to this guy and he's like, oh yeah, I have an uncle that actually does a roof. He actually is looking for marketing. Bam, that's already connected. You're probably going to sell this guy because he's going to trust his nephew's friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to work out. That's why you network, right? You can get, you know, just different various opinions. And then people are just going to reach out to you and whatnot. You can get connects like that. So it's actually very, very important that you network with other agency owners. I mean, it wouldn't be bad, I guess, to go to like the roofing convention or something like that. I mean, you could. I mean, I haven't done it. Not a bad idea, but honestly, just network with other agency owners, and you're going to get, you know, very, very good information from them too. Like, you know, how to run ads, how to build funnels. You're just going to pick up on things, and you guys are both going to grow a lot faster, because you guys are each giving each other different strategies. And then again, you could get referrals off that too, with just, you know, family member or friend relationships. Now, you guys also want to be investing in like automation tools, right? So what I mean by this is use Go High Level, use lead strikers. Don't manually scrape leads yourself, right? It's kind of stupid. Just get automations literally for everything, so you can automate it, right? That means hiring out appointment setters, running cold SMS, that's all automated, right? Doing emails that are automated, have an onboarding process that is automated. Just basically automate everything, because it's going to make your life so much easier. You're going to put it in a lot less work for the money that you're getting out of it, which means, you know, if you have more time, obviously you're going to have more money. And especially selling high ticket, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars with putting in 4 to 6 hours of work a day. It's very, very easy to do. Now, when you're hiring, you guys also want to build SOPs, right? You don't want to be taking 1 hour long calls with setters to onboard them, right? Onboard 10 at a time, and then, you know, talk to them for 10, 15 minutes, kind of give them the rundown, and then give them a video of you going over the whole onboarding process and how to call leads and how to add leads at a high level, how to send out SMS or how to make cold calls or how to send out mass emails, whatever you have to do, because it's going to make your life so much easier, right? If you have 10 calls each an hour long with one setter going over them, right? That's like 10 hours of work, when you could have 10 setters on one call for 15 minutes, give them access to everything. And then all you have to do is send them a video and let them go off on their own, watch that video. And then when they're ready, you know, start doing their tasks, right? It's going to be so much easier. So that's what I would actually recommend do it. Because you guys are going to just save so much time, right? It's going to be so much faster, right? So money is speed. And obviously, if you have more speed and you're faster, you're going to make more money. You guys can also add referrals too. This is very, very nice, right? So with all the softwares that you have, right? Let's say, you know, your client wants to be a part of a software or something like that, and they have to pay for it. Just give them like an affiliate code or something, and you can basically affiliate market off these guys, make a couple $100 or $2,000 a month, just stop giving them like links to your softwares, right? It's very, very easy to do that. And then also, you guys want to have a referral program. So say, you know, your client, you know, he signs on for a 3-month package for $4,500, right? And then he refers someone to you. You could be like, hey, you know, thanks for that referral. Basically, the next 3 months that we're working together, we'll do 3K instead of 4.5K, right? You know, give them like a, 33% discount, something like that. And that works very, very well, right? And you incentivize the clients, right? And then obviously you're going to sign more, you're going to make more money and whatnot. And then those referrals will even go to more referrals. That's why it's very, very important that you deliver a good service, because you'll get more referrals, clients will stay on with you longer and whatnot. So if you guys have testimonials, right, and case studies, all that stuff, right, you guys are going to close more. But you need to be selling very, very high ticket. What do I mean by this, right? Like, you could do appointment packages. You could say, like, my first appointment package is 10K. And then you bring it down. My second one is 6K. And then my third one is 3K. The reason for this, right, is they're going to see that 10K packages a lot. And they look at that 3K package, is going to be like, oh, that's really not that much, right? And you're probably going to go for it, or the 6K package. And here's the thing too, like, if you guys sell higher ticket, people are more willing to buy higher ticket than way lower ticket. The reason is because they attach value to it. For instance, this hoodie right here, it was $2,300. Why did I buy it? Because it has value attached to it, right? I wouldn't buy any old hoodie. If this was in Dior and it was $2,300, then I'd be like, you're fucking ridiculous. Why would I buy that sweatshirt? But the reason it's Dior, that's the reason I bought it, because it has value attached to it, right? That's the same thing you need to do with your service. So say your service is, really $300, right? The sweatshirt is probably $50 fucking dollars, right? Then they're going to associate that with no value. I could throw this in the mud, not really give a shit about it. But since I bought this Dior sweatshirt for $2,300, right? Now I treat it with crazy care. Like today I was eating spaghetti and I was super worried I was going to drip like spaghetti sauce in it or whatnot, right? You treat it with a lot more care, treat it with a lot more value, and you respect it more, right? Just like your clients are going to respect your service more. So, if your service is $200-300, they're probably not really going to try hard or not really give a shit about it. But if it $3,000, right? They'd be like, oh, wow, like I actually got to put the time in this. I really got to care about this. They're going to work hard, and it's just going to perceive more value, right? So very, very important that you guys do this. All right. So now it comes to the point where, some of you guys, you have no guidance, no mentorship, whatever, right? I mean, these YouTube videos are good, but they're not really going to push the needle forward. You can only vert so much off YouTube. I used to be doing that too, like always going on YouTube and just binge watching YouTube and then getting nowhere, right? You guys got to take action with your life. So you guys need personalized advice, right? Whether that be a mentor online, do the exact same thing that you're doing, or that has been in the game and actually succeeded. When you're talking to these people online, make sure they actually ran the business. There is some guys out there that just fucking sell a course just because, they watched one video, think they can sell a course on fucking SMMA, right? Like, I actually ran a fucking SMMA business. I still run an SMMA business that is doing between 40 to 50K months. And then also Kiwa is my other business partner. He's doing like 70K a month with his. And then Marco, he's doing roughly 40 to 50K a month with his agency too. So it's like, go, speak to people that are actually in the game and still doing their SMMA, because they have the actual strategies in place that are still working. There's a whole bunch of strategies out there. I'm not going to name names, but they don't fucking work anymore, right? They're outdated. And mentorship, or I actually really like to call it coaching, right, is basically, it's structured support. So it's really going to help you succeed and build faster, right? It's very, very important that you guys, get a mentor, because, they're going to tell you what to do, the volume to do it. You're going to get X result, right? So that's why a mentor is very, very important, right? You're not going to get that from a $10,000 course with, thousands upon thousands of members, right? They're not really going to give a shit. They're just going to give you the course to go through the videos. And if you don't know what to do, or you have questions, well, who cares? That's on you, right? With us, you ask us any questions, anything you need to get back to, make sure you're taken care of, right? So it's very, very important that you get a mentor and a one-on-one coach. So now you guys know why SMMA is actually so fucking easy to scale in 2025 and make your own business, make 10K a month. You could easily make 10K a month within your first month in SMMA, right? If you have the right systems, the right strategies in place, right? And you're in the right vehicle actually driving. So that's why in the next video, I'm actually going to show you everything you need to know and how to start and scale your agency fast, from attracting leads to closing deals, and then obviously to making more profit and signing more clients. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But yeah, that's basically it.